as you may have noticed over the years on sport fishing on the fly, we don't like to do a whole bunch of complicated patterns. We like to keep it simple, and the pattern I'm about to show you is very simple but very effective. It's called the matchstick chironomid. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook, we'll use a size 12 curved nymph, some 6/0 red thread to tie with, some natural mallard for the tail, some peacock herl for the body, some red copper wire for the ribbing, and for the head, some red thread finished with red lacquer. I've already tied my red thread onto the hook and formed a good base layer. Now what I'm going to do is take about 4 strands of my mallard and tie it in for the tail and make it about the length of the hook. As I'm tying in the tail, you can notice that I've only gone about 3/4 of the way down the hook. We don't want to go all the way down to the bend of the hook. Leave the tail so it goes straight back off the hook. Now I'm going to take some red copper wire and tie it in for the ribbing, and we'll use that once we get the body tied in. The rib's now tied in. I'm going to take 2 strands of my peacock herl and we're going to tie it in for the body. And once it's tied in, we're going to wrap the 2 together, just wind the 2 strands together, and then wind it forward all the way to the eyelet to form the body. After the body's tied in, you want to take your red copper wire that you've had off the back and slowly proceed up and only put in about 3 to 4 ribs max. I've got 3 on this fly and that's probably just right. And finish off near the head. The last few steps of the fly are quite simple. We're going to take our red thread and form quite a large red head on it, probably about 1/4 of the way down the hook. Then we're going to whip finish and finish the fly off with our red lacquer. So there it is, the matchstick. Now the thing to remember when you're tying this pattern is keep the head the same size as the body and allow that mallard to hang straight down to give it that thin chironomid look.